Steve Eiserman, the Executive Director of our Team Canada, to start the announcement for the Olympic team. Steve.
Thank you, Bob. First of all, I would like to say, on behalf of the entire men's Olympic hockey team, what an honor it is for all of us to be a part of the Canadian Olympic team in general. We are hoping to be a part of a very successful Canadian Olympic team and build off the success that we had in Vancouver in 2010. Number one, I think it's very important that I thank Bob Nicholson, Brad Pascal, everyone at Hockey Canada for their commitment and their professionalism in allowing us to do everything we possibly can to put the best team on the ice. I really want to thank the management group, Doug Armstrong of the St. Louis Blues, Peter Chiarelli of the Boston Bruins, Mike Babcock, our head coach from the Detroit Red Wings, Kevin Lowe of the Edmonton Oilers, Ken Holland of the Detroit Red Wings. As a group, I can assure you, nobody in Canada has watched more hockey, has discussed the NHL, Canadian NHL players more in depth and thoroughly than this group of gentlemen here. We're very excited to be here to announce our team. It's been a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we recognize the difficult decisions that we had to make. We're very fortunate in Canada to have a great depth of talent, particularly at this time with so many players playing extremely well. And to those, we're going to tell you about the 25 players who made this team. There's a lot more, and they'll be talked about, that made this decision very hard for us. And I can assure you that we spent more time and watched more games and watched these players to come down to the final 25. And we're very excited about the team that we're going to introduce to you shortly. Never before, excuse me, I've lost my train of thought here. International hockey is getting more difficult for Canadians every day. We witness it. We just witnessed it at the World Juniors, whether it's U17, U18, Men's World Championships, Olympics, Women's World Championships, Olympics. The hockey world is getting more and more competitive every single season. We won a gut-wrenching gold medal in Vancouver on home ice 4 years ago. The competition is even harder today. Our goal is to go to Sochi and come home with a gold medal. By no means do we consider this to be an easy task. That is our goal, that is our hope, as well it is for everybody in Canada. Having said that, I'm very excited to introduce our players to you, and I'll start right now. I'll start with our goaltenders. From Montreal, Quebec, and the Vancouver Canucks, Roberto Luongo.
Roberto Luongo.
From Anaheim Lake, BC, and the Montreal Canadiens, Carey Price.
De Anaheim Lake en Colombie-Britannique et des Canadiens de Montréal, Carey Price.
From Kingston, Ontario, and the Phoenix Coyotes, Mike Smith.
De Kingston en Ontario et les Coyotes de Phoenix, Mike Smith.
Now I'd like to call upon Doug Armstrong and Kevin Lowe to announce our 8 defensemen.
Je demanderai maintenant à Doug Armstrong et à Kevin Lowe de venir annoncer les 8 défenseurs.
From Edmonton, Alberta, and the St. Louis Blues, Jay Bouwmeester.
D'Edmonton en Alberta et des Blues de Saint-Louis, Jay Bouwmeester.
From London, Ontario, and the Los Angeles Kings, Drew Doughty.
De London en Ontario et des Kings de Los Angeles, Drew Doughty.
From Smithers, BC, and the Vancouver Canucks, Dan Hamhuis.
De Smithers en Colombie-Britannique et des Canucks de Vancouver, Dan Hamhuis.
And from Penticton, BC, and the Chicago Blackhawks, Duncan Keith.
De Penticton en Colombie-Britannique et des Blackhawks de Chicago, Duncan Keith.
From King City, Ontario, and the St. Louis Blues, Alex Pietrangelo.
De King City en Ontario et des Blues de Saint-Louis, Alex Pietrangelo.
From Toronto, Ontario, and the Montreal Canadiens, PK Subban.
De Toronto en Ontario et des Canadiens de Montréal, Piquet Souban.
From Montreal, Quebec, and the San Jose Sharks, Marc-Edouard Vlasic.
De Montréal au Québec et des Sharks de San Jose, Marc-Édouard Vlasic.
And from Sicamous, BC, and the Nashville Predators, Shea Weber.
De Sicamous en Colombie-Britannique et des Prédateurs de Nashville, Shea Weber. Now please welcome Peter Chiarelli, Ken Holland, and Brad Pascal to announce the first 11 forwards for Team Canada. Et maintenant, accueillez Peter Chiarelli, Ken Holland et Brad Pascal pour annoncer les premiers attaquants d'équipe Canada.
From Victoria, BC, and the Dallas Stars, Jamie Benn.
De Victoria en Colombie-Britannique et des Stars de Dallas, Jamie Benn.
From Sillery, Quebec, and the Boston Bruins, Patrice Bergeron.
De Sillery au Québec et des Bruins de Boston, Patrice Bergeron.
And from London, Ontario, and the Los Angeles Kings, Jeff Carter.
De London en Ontario et des Kings de Los Angeles, Jeff Carter.
From Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby.
De Cole Harbour en Nouvelle-Écosse et des Penguins de Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby.
From Haliburton, Ontario, and the Colorado Avalanche, Matt Duchesne.
De Haliburton en Ontario et de l'Avalanche du Colorado, Matt Duchesne.
From Regina, Saskatchewan, and the Anaheim Ducks, Ryan Getzlaff.
De Regina en Saskatchewan et des Ducks de Anaheim, Ryan Getzlaff.
And from Regina again, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, Chris Kunitz.
De Regina en Saskatchewan et des Penguins de Pittsburgh, Chris Kunitz.
From Aneroid, Saskatchewan, and the San Jose Sharks, Patrick Marleau.
De Aneroid en Saskatchewan et des Sharks de San Jose, Patrick Marleau.
From Brampton, Ontario, and the New York Rangers, Rick Nash.
De Brampton en Ontario et des Rangers de New York, Rick Nash.
From Peterborough, Ontario, and the Anaheim Ducks, Corey Perry.
De Peterborough en Ontario et des Ducks de Anaheim, Corey Perry.
From Thunder Bay, Ontario, and the Chicago Blackhawks, Patrick Sharp.
De Thunder Bay en Ontario et des Blackhawks de Chicago, Patrick Sharp. I would now invite Executive Director Steve Yzerman to announce Canada's final three forwards. J'inviterai maintenant Steve Yzerman à compléter l'alignement du Canada avec les trois derniers attaquants.
From Unionville, Ontario, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, Steven Stamkos.
De Unionville en Ontario et du Lightning de Tampa Bay, Steven Stamkos.
From Oakville, Ontario, and the New York Islanders, John Tavares.
De Oakville en Ontario et des Islanders de New York, John Tavares.
And finally, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and the Chicago Blackhawks, Jonathan Toews.
De Winnipeg au Manitoba et des Blackhawks de Chicago, Jonathan Toews.
These are the 25 players that will make up Canada's men's Olympic hockey team for the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. We're very proud to announce our team today, and we're very excited to get to Sochi and get on the ice. Thank you very much.
I like that. I would like now to invite Marcel Aubu, Jim Ornell, and Minister Lisa Raitt for the official jacket presentation. J'inviterai d'abord M. Steve Yzerman à se lever pour recevoir le sien. Steve, please make your way to receive your jacket. And now I would like to invite Mike Badcock to receive his official jacket. Mike, je vous invite à recevoir votre gilet officiel.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to invite the head coach for Canada's men's Olympic hockey team, Mike Babcock, to say a few words. Mike?
Thank you very much. What an exciting day, to say the least, to be here once again, to have this opportunity for our great nation. I can't tell you how thrilled I am. I want to thank Steve and the management team, the amount of work, the amount of grinding these guys have done to make these hard decisions so we end up represented very well with great players. It's been fantastic. So thank you very much, gentlemen. The chance to be an Olympian, to represent our great nation, to be part of the bigger team is a special, special thing, and we take the honor very seriously. We understand the opportunity is great, and that means the preparation has to be equal. We won't let you down in that area, I can assure you of that. In the end, we've put together the best group of players we possibly can. Now we have to become the best team we possibly can. And it's always a grind, but it's always a lot of fun. We'll make you proud. Thank you.
At this time, before we move on to a final photo opportunity and we go into scrums and one-on-ones, we do have an opportunity to take questions from the media that are gathered here today. We have microphones set up on my right and left. Des microphones à la gauche et à la droite. Et à ce moment-ci, on prendrait des questions pour les invités d'honneur aujourd'hui qui auraient des questions. Alors, at this time, we're opening up for questions. If there's anybody who wants to go forward to the mic, I'm sure they're not all shy here. So here we go. We have a first question. Première question. Go ahead.
Yes, Micro Global National.
One moment. We'll just get the microphone working here.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
All right, question is about Steven Stamkos. I mean, he's been a lot of discussion with him, and especially because he's on your team in Tampa Bay. What is his situation right now? Is he going to play if he doesn't play a couple of games for Tampa before the Olympics? And what can you say about how fast he's recovered?
Well, we're going to take it one step at a time as far as what our decision will be. Ultimately, today we have to announce 25 players. If he's healthy, he's one of the 25 best players, obviously, in Canada, and should be on that team. What we couldn't do is we're not allowed to name 24 today and wait and see and name a 25th. And if we didn't name him today, if nobody's injured between now and then, and we hope nobody is injured, we wouldn't be able to announce it later. His status today, I believe he'll have his eight-week X-ray when he gets back to Tampa with the team from Winnipeg later this week, and that's just standard procedure. All I can tell you is his rehab and his recovery are going very well. The doctors are pleased with how he looks on X-ray. I think every day people see the updates, him skating and whatnot. He's pushing himself extremely hard. We'll see how this X-ray goes. He'll continue to work, and we'll wait, and we'll make that decision when we get closer to the Olympics.
And if he is not able to go, just to follow up, if he's not able to go, who's the person on the bubble?
Well, I wouldn't describe a person on the bubble. There's several players that are in consideration, and we've got time, and we're going to continue to watch. I'd prefer to stay away. I mean, you can speculate for yourself, and you're not wrong, who the players will be in consideration.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We have a question over here.
Was there an emphasis on bringing past Canadian players to the team, or did you need that experience on the team? Did you see that as key?
I guess through the selection process, everything played a factor. Experience, position, left shot, right shot, everything did. But we feel it's very important to have some experience. I believe there's 11 players that played for us in Vancouver on this team. We've got numerous Stanley Cup winners, multiple Stanley Cup winners. So experience is a real factor. Again, we took everything into consideration to ultimately come to the group that we arrived upon.